Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Power Book 4, Force Season 1, Episode 8. So, it's been an eventful last couple of days. Blue is home, so I'm happy about that. The Oscars was on last night, and we all saw the infamous slap. We'll talk about it in Top of the Blogs, you guys. We'll just talk about it in Top of the Blogs. Top of the Blogs will be up early. It'll be up on Wednesday. Because it's the end of the month and you guys know I need to get my coinage. So it will be up Wednesday. We will discuss then. Okay? All right. Anyways, yes, hectic morning, but we got to get things done. Okay? Rocky got work to do. So with all that being said, you guys, the review, let's get to it, shall we? Guys, I'm in the studio and I'm in the garage. I didn't feel like pulling the car out. It's just too much work. It's so many cars. Moving all these cars around. No. So we're going to try to keep the light on so that you guys can see me. All right, you guys. So the show opens with Tommy. He shows up at the Latina girls' place. You know, the place that I guess it looked like it's like a chop shop as well. You know, her and the Hasidic Jews that he enticed into trying Black Dahlia. They're in, okay? So they're going to be the distro. He's the connect. What's the deal? 55K. 55 a piece is what they said. I'm assuming that's 55K. Child, I don't know. Anyway, they're kind of leery about Tommy and this drug, but Tommy was like, yeah, I don't move mess. Okay, so they test it again, and it's just as good as the last one that they tried. So we've got a deal. So when Tommy gets back home, Tommy is telling Liliana how they have to, you know, everything is moving like crazy. They really got to get the re-up in really fast, okay? How can they get more of this drug made? Well, we need more cooks. We need more chemists. We need more people in the lab. You know, maybe we can hire on somebody, you know, and they can do 8-hour shifts. We won't be working old girl to death, okay? And Liliana was like, you going to bring some people in from New York? No. Okay, well, then who are you going to get out here in Chicago that you trust? He says, well, that's the $1 million question. So then we see Tommy at his brother's house. And of course, his brother is frustrated because he ain't got no money and these bills is about to bury him, okay? They closing the club. You know, he's trying to take care of his father. You know, all of the shit that's going on with the granny. Like, it's just all this money that's being requested. But he gonna figure it out, you know? And while he's sitting there complaining, Tommy is just kind of looking at him like he got the little light bulb went off in his head. And he was just sort of like, oh, and you know, the brother's like, why the fuck you staring at me? And he was just like, how good were you with science? I was like, oh, okay, you're gonna put the brother in the lab. Might be safe. Well, safer anyway. And then we see Tommy talking to Claudia. And Claudia also realizes how much they've been moving their product. All right. So maybe, you know, we got to go big. You know, Claudia is always like, let's go. And Tommy, because he's so seasoned, he's trying to hold her back and like, let's do this the right way. She wants to bring CBI in. You know, they got the pipeline, like this will be a perfect situation. And he was like, nope, we're not going to bring CBI in right now because they got family shit going on. You know, he's not trying to get in between Jenard and his brother. Jenard and his brother. And, you know, until they get it figured out, he's going to wait. Okay. Diamond is his boy. And, you know, when Diamond says, okay, we ready, then that's when he'll do it. None before then. So then, you know, Claudia was like, I'm a little uncomfortable with all this power that you seem to have in our business. And he was just like, don't get ahead of yourself, Claudia. Now, you got a good thing going here. Don't fuck it up because you mad. Okay. Just relax. You know, Tommy does have Claudia's back. She just doesn't quite know that yet. But anyway, like I was telling you guys, this idea that Tommy has with his brother. So he's talking to Liliana, and you guys know right at this point, they're friends, they're partners. He trusts her. And he tells her, you know, I got something that I need to tell you that I didn't tell you before. And she was like, okay, what is it? And he was like, I have a brother. And she was just like, you know, where? Like, he's here. And she was like, well, did you know? And yeah, he knew, you know, he just hadn't said anything. But he's got a brother, and he wants to put the brother in the lab. And then he says, and we don't want anybody else to know. Only you and I and my brother will know that we're related. And she was just like, oh, so nobody's going to realize that it's another white boy, red hair, working up in the lab and not think that maybe he's related to you. And I was like, girl, wait till you see what this brother looked like. You was way, way, way off. Now, jumping over to Jenard and Diamond, we see them in the barbershop. Diamond is giving Jenard a haircut. trimming his beard, getting them all nice and tidy. And Diamond's just picking Jenard's brain, where he would take CBI. If it was up to Jenard, he'd get on this whole new drug situation and just blow it all the way to hell up. But of course, Diamond does not want to do that. It's too many situations that they can't control. And Jenard says, yeah, I understand. If you asked me, like, in a perfect world, what I do, what would I do? So that's what he would do. But, right now he's working CBI, And then he tells Diamond, even though he ain't been telling nobody else this, but he tells Diamond that, it's Diamond's world, Okay, Diamond is the squirrel. Jenard is the nut, okay? He's just trying to, make his brother proud and do what he's supposed to do. But, Jenard got that other shit going on, too. So I was like, Diamond, I hope you're smart enough to know that your brother's out there moving foul. Moving foul. Talking about as long as he got his small part in the middle. I was like, look at you. Now, you want to be the big boss around here, but you just telling your brother you just feeding them wolf tickets. You got to be ashamed of yourself, Jenard. Now, we see the black cop, and I'm sorry, black cop, but the jig is up. One of his fellow police officers realized that he's working for the Flynn family. He was like, how long you been working for the Flynns? Now, how long you been in the Flynn's bag? And, the black cop is all like, like scared because, he ain't supposed to be doing this, obviously. And the guy was like, don't worry about it. I'm not going to say nothing, because the black guy was like, I've got to take care of my sister. He said, yeah, I know you got to take care of your sister. Damn, I want a lake house, by Lake Geneva or whatever. But so this is what we going to do. Okay. Oh boy, that's approaching the black cop is telling him, like, we're going to work out a deal. You give me some money so I don't tell the higher ups that you actually working for the Flynns. He's making $100,000. The black cop is. And the guy tells him, yeah, he'll take half of that, $50,000. I was like, well, damn. The black guy was like, I cannot take care of my sister if I got to be giving you $50,000, And he was just like, I understand. That's why I'm going to give you a couple of weeks to get it together. Okay? Damn. 50%? Okay, so now the black cop is stressed out. Later on, he meets with Vic. And Vic is trying to figure out what's going on with this Black Dahlia as well. What do you know about it? And the black cop tells him, like, yes, we've heard about it, but nobody really has a beat on it. Nobody really knows where it's coming from or anything like that. And Victor was like, well, I need you to take care of it. Okay, I need you to find a person, take them out. Okay, and the black cop was like, yeah, I don't do drug busts. All right, that's not my thing. And he was like, no, I need you to take care of it. All right, and then let me know. And he hands him this bag. He was like, okay, but for something like this, it's going to be double. So I was like, oh, Vic, are you telling him to kill the person? I guess the black cop, he probably wouldn't have done this before all of this shit happened with his old partner his cop buddy trying to get in on the good thing. So, now he's doubling it up. So I guess he got 200,000. So, go on and break old boy 50,000 off of your troubles and go about your business. But Victor is just like, take him out. Okay. And that's an order. So the black cop has his job to do. Now we see, Walter. Walter finally made it. Has anybody noticed that Walter looks better and better each episode? They had him looking so haggard at the beginning. Now I kind of look at him and I was like, boy, that Walter ain't too bad looking. Anyway, he was all done up real nice at the doctor's office, and the doctor was like, okay, listen, Walter, we caught this early. You're not going to die today or tomorrow, okay? In other words, death is not imminent, okay? We can actually treat this. It's not too late like it was for your wife. So she wants to talk about treatment, but of course, Walter's just sitting there looking disgusted. I was like, that's good news, Walter. You got some time left. And he still want to sit up there and act like he don't want to do this treatment. Are we inconveniencing you trying to extend your life, Walter? So, he goes home and he's outside. Maybe that's what was making him look good. He was sitting outside and it was looking so nice out there and relaxing. And I was like, oh, I want to go and sit next to Walter and have a little glass of tea. Okay. Anyway, he meets with his daughter, Claudia. He was like, where have you been, girl? Okay. And she was just like, kind of here and there. And he was just like, bullshit. He knows she up to something. Your ass was not there when the police came and kicked down the door at the dialysis center. I got eyes all over the city, girl. That was a little Jamaican, I know. You are as stupid as your brother if you think that whatever is going on, I won't find out. I don't know why that don't sound right. Whatever you got going on, I won't find It's wrong. It's wrong. But Walter tells her that whatever she got going on, he's prepared to take that shit down. And she was like, well, you better be prepared for a fucking fight. I was like, Walter, what you gonna do now? These your kids. I mean, how you gonna take them down? Like, you gonna take them out? Like, what is going on here? Okay. So after he had that conversation with her later, now he got to have Victor over there, old Vic. And, he tells Vic that, I need to find out what your sister is doing. And Vic was just like, she's probably fine. Like, damn. Because when he finds out what she's doing, he's going to punish her. And Victor was like, we're adults, Dad. Okay, you can't punish us. I know you're adults. So I'm going to punish her like an adult. Whatever that means, okay? Victor was like, whatever she's got going on, Dad, I'm sure she's got it under control. And he was just like, there's no good when deception is the control. Now you're going to find out for me, or do I have to do something else? And, Victor was like, okay, I'll try to figure it out. But let me ask you a question. Why did you tell me you were sick? Why did you put that on me? Because Walter has no intentions of ever telling Claudia that he's sick, even though he over there coughing and, doing all of that. Now that we know that Walter's going to live, but still, he has no intentions of telling her. Walter was like, God damn it, boy, why every time we talk, it's a damn negotiation? You want me to tell her, and that's how you going to know. It's never going to be in a negotiation. I ain't never telling her nothing. I'm not going to let her know. Plus, Walter told Victor because Victor's the next in line. Walter said unless he drops dead right now, he ain't got shit else for Victor. Now go figure out what your sister's doing. Now jumping over to Jenard. So Jenard meets with the old boy from The Chi. And, everything is real dark on this show. That's also gets on my nerves. It's the same way that Power was. Everything is dark and, you can't barely see, the black guy in the shadows. Like, nigga, turn the light on, But anyway, the Chi guy is telling him that, that Dahlia's doing big things. People want it. Everybody out there asking for it. They just, fiending for their next high. But we ain't calling it Black Dahlia there. They calling it black magic. Jenard was like, and we ain't making no fucking money on all of that. We need to find out where the hell this drug is coming from. Okay. I got $20,000 for anybody out there, that can locate where this drug is coming from, who's moving it. Why hasn't anybody put two and two together and figured that it was Tommy? I think Diamond's the only one that might have an idea, but nobody else seems to know. I mean, Tommy came and then the drug came. Like, what? Why is that so hard for everybody to figure out? At least have some sort of suspicion. And then jumping over to the brother of Tommy, he's there visiting Granny. And, she's on the machines and everything. And, he rubs her face lovingly and then he walks out of the room for a minute. And next thing you know, you hear doo 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 doo. And everybody start running. They all run into her room. Okay. So he runs to the room too. And they were like, you got to get out. So he's watching from the doorway. And child, next thing we know, Granny flatlines. Okay. They was like, okay, we're going to call it. I was like, oh man, Granny gone. Okay. So the brother, of course, is just devastated. He goes home. Tommy rushes over there like, what the fuck happened? And he was like, I don't even know. Like, I was in there with her. I stepped out the room. Next thing I know, she was having all these problems and they rushed in there and then she was gone. Okay. Now, the brother's telling Tommy that he needs to call Kate. And Tommy was like, I'm not calling Kate. And he was like, she's family and she deserves to know. And I am 100% agreeing with Tommy. Like, what we need to call Kate for? As far as she was concerned, the lady was dead already. So why we got to kill her again, So no, I wouldn't call her, but the brother's trying to convince Tommy to do it. And then I guess for good measure, he gives Tommy a box of a whole bunch of tapes and, videos and pictures and stuff of Tommy and Kate and the granny and I guess him when they was all little. Or younger, I should say, for Kate. But as far as Tommy is concerned, he ain't calling that bitch Kate. Now we see Liliana at the lab with the girl, and she's pretty close to the chemist. All right, and the chemist seems to be cool. She's not scared. She's doing her job. I mean, it's whatever. And she was just like, girl, I don't know how you kept up with this in New York. This is a whole lot of work. And Liliana was like, yeah, I wasn't in the labs in New York. I was a street girl. She was like, oh, is that how you got the cut? And she was just like, yeah, Liliana been slashed, stabbed, beat up, okay, choked out, shot, and she's still here. And the girl was like, well, you must be super lucky. And honey, when she said that, Liliana got upset. She was like, yeah, there's no such thing as luck. Okay, you think you got luck until that shit run out. All right, and then you look around and you gonna wake up dead. So no, you can't never be thinking that you operating on luck. Okay, we can't have your luck run out. Okay, do you understand me? All right. And the girl's like, oh, yeah, I understand. I was just like, Lily, I don't know what you had to go all off on the girl like that for. I mean, she was just saying that, she happy you still around. Hey, Liliana, why you got to be so hard? So hard. Now, next we see Tommy. He has been summoned by Walter. And again, Walter's outside, just taking advantage of this beautiful Chicago weather. Because Tommy was just like, one day is hot, the next day is cold. And he was like, that's Chicago for you. But anyway, Paulie walks him on in. Okay. And then Paulie asks Walter, are we okay? And, Walter looks at Tommy like, are we good? And Tommy was like, well, shit, I'm good. You don't want to ask me to come here. I was fine. So then, Walter, he got to start waxing poetical about the old days and, the beers that he used to drink. Did you hear what he said? He met his wife. I was like, not your wife. Is that your wife? Like, I came to Chicago. He's like, I met my wife. God rest her soul. I was like, not your wife. He said all he wanted to do was protect them, fight to the death for them. And Tommy was just like, oh, so that's the reason why you went and finished off the Serbs. Walter was like, I believe I was finishing off a fight that you created. Tommy was like, yeah, but you don't know that. You don't know that. And Walter was like, yeah, you got some shit started, but I got a proposition for you. All right. So Walter actually offers for Tommy to come and work within the family. I think eventually we're going to find out in some kind of way that Tommy is related to Walter and them. But until then, he wants him to come and work for the family. And Tommy was just like, what? I did not know I was going to come here and get offered a job position. I would have wore a suit and a sign that says, go fuck yourself. I was just like, no, you're not telling the head of the Flynn family to go fuck himself. Child, when did Tommy become this invincible? Because why have they let Tommy last all this time? Tommy would have been dead in real life. There's absolutely no way that you can come into this city, in Chicago of all places, and think that you're going to rearrange everything and they just going to continue to let you stay alive? But anyway, Tommy was like, you showed me who you were a long time ago. And of course, Walter don't like that at all. You don't turn down Walter. But then he was like, when you walked into the door at Gloria's bar, Gloria's heart just skipped a beat. Walter figured out that Tommy was fucking Gloria. You probably should have kept on fucking Gloria. Okay. And in this little conversation that Walter has with Tommy about Gloria, it's kind of obvious that Walter has plans of taking Gloria out. Okay. And Tommy picked up on it as well. And Tommy was like, Gloria and Victor are in love. Okay. The only problem is you, Walter. Okay. So you're going to have to get with it because they are going to be together. But I think Tommy had little bubble guts. I think he had little butterflies because I can think he figured out that Walter planned on taking the girl out. So he leaves out. And then Paulie comes and talks to Walter. And, Paulie is always on the same, like, you're going to run these damn kids away, Walter. Okay. Walter tells him that he went to the doctor. He is just like, fuck it. Because Victor is not ready. And he was like, well, what about, Claudia? And he was like, are you crazy? You think that I'm really going to let a woman run this family business? Absolutely not. What would I look like, to my homeboys out there? All the other different drug families. And Paulie was like, listen, Walter, we need to make these changes while the going is good. Okay. Next thing you're going to turn around, it ain't going to be no family to work for. And, Walter's just like, yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, Paulie. And also that thing about Gloria, go on and call it off. And Paulie was like, I never put it on. Okay. Paulie was not going to kill Gloria. He knew that would kill Victor. But now Tommy is upset about the conversation that he had with Walter. So he goes over to Victor's house. Okay. And Victor was like, what are you doing here? And Tommy is all trying to save the day. Like, you know what? You need to pack your bags and you and Gloria, you guys need to leave Chicago. Okay. Take the back streets and, as if Victor don't know. Take the back streets and make sure, don't turn around. Don't look back. Victor was like, I'm having a hard time believing you. You trying to help me? And he was like, okay, if you don't believe I'm trying to help you, then believe I'm trying to help Gloria. Tommy was like, I saw your old man and he wants Gloria gone. Okay, so here, take these keys. It's a car. It's untraceable. You get on the road and, try. I mean, it was real. Like Tommy was like, you got to go now. You got to go now. Okay. And Victor just kind of side-eyeing him, like not sure if he should trust him or not. But Tommy leaves the key there and he leaves out. Keep that woman safe. I was like, Tommy, you are so dramatic. Okay. And so when he leaves, Victor's trying to figure out what to do. And then later on, we see that Gloria's back. You know, Victor goes by the house and she's there. And he was like, oh my God, I thought I was never going to see you again. And she was just like, I know, I just had to get my head right. Okay. And he was like, you know, me too. He said, and now I'm 100% clear. You know, I want us to go away, just me and you know, let's go and let's, you know, I paid off all your debts. You don't owe anything anymore. You free and clear and let's go. And she was just like, really? And he was like, really? Okay. All right, Gloria's down. And these motherfuckers in Chicago get on their damn nerves anyway. So then he goes back to the house, and I guess he's trying to get himself prepared because they're going to be leaving later. And then Polly comes by, and, you know, Polly tells him how proud of him he is and, you know, what a good person he is. And, you know, he wishes that he was his son and all of that. And then Polly tells him, you know, Tommy came to see your dad. And Victor was like, I knew I couldn't trust that motherfucker. But I was just like, Tommy already told you that he saw your father. So what are you talking? You know, Paulie didn't tell him what the conversation was. So I guess Victor was thinking that Tommy meeting with the father, that Tommy was working with the dad or something, you know, and that was the reason why Tommy was trying to set them up to move. I don't know. But that part was stupid. I was just like, did I miss something, you guys? Because why did he act like he didn't know that Tommy and his dad had met up? Anyway, I guess he thinks that Tommy struck the deal with the dad. So now he's got, you know, he's irritated with Tommy. He can't trust him. Now, Claudia goes to see Diamond, okay, very, very far away from her home, okay? When she walks into the barbershop, Diamond was like, what are you doing down in the South, okay? And Claudia's got a proposition for him. She's got this product. It's going to change your life. I was like, Diamond already knows about the product. But anyway, she was just like, yeah, you know, and I'm going to give you 10%. And he was like, 10%. Okay, if you giving me 10%, that means you got partners. Okay, and if you got partners and they ain't here, that means that you sneaking. All right, and that means problem for me. So I'm not trying to get involved with the shit that you trying to do on the back end. Okay, on the reverse, you know, motherfuckers don't know what you're doing. Your partners, no. Okay, so yeah, thank you for the offer, but absolutely not. Then he was like, is it Dahlia though? When she was walking out, and she was like, goodbye, Diamond. Okay, so that didn't work. Girl, when you gonna listen to Tommy? Let this man do his job. Now, Diamond, you know, he about fed up with these women today. He talking to his own girlfriend or whatever, and he was like, you know why I was good at my job? And she was just like, oh, you know what? I never asked you what you did. And he was like, girl, why are you doing this? Quit acting like you don't know nothing about me. You didn't know what I did in my other life. Okay? She was like, I never asked. He was just like, you know who I was and what I did. Okay, so just tell me why you was in my booth and why you were in my bed. She was like, oh, I went to the diner because she had this other assignment, you know, and she was supposed to meet with that person, but the person didn't show up. And I guess it was just destiny that she ended up in his booth. And that's how her and him hooked up. But she was never trying to chase a story about him. That's on her editor. Once her editor found out that she was messing around with Diamond, now they want to do this expose, but she doesn't have to do it. She would walk away from this whole thing. And he was like, why? And she was like, because you're more than a story now. I was like, I still don't trust that bitch. Because, girl, you look like you right in it with the editor when we see you talking to them. Back at Tommy's house, Tommy is going through the stuff that his brother gave him on a USB. He puts it into his iPad and he sees, you know, a video grainy of his mom and him when he was a little boy. But he ain't got time for this shit right now, okay? So he packs it all up and hides it in a little hiding place in his place. And then he goes to see Claudia. And so when he gets over there, he was like, I need a bigger place to store all this moolah that we fixing to make, you know. And Claudia was like, yeah, you know what? I think I know I said that I wanted to play the background and everything, but she wants to be more out front. She can't be in the shadows forever. And Tommy was like, okay, fine. Well, I'll run the streets and you do the clubs. Like, you can get out there and everything, but I'm going to let you know. Okay, once you out there, you out there. And she was just like, well, my dad is going to try to take it over. And he was just like, we drug dealers, Claudia. Everybody is going to try to take it over. Okay, if it ain't going to be your daddy, it's going to be somebody else. So protect what's yours. And if he's fucking with you, that means he's fucking with me. And ain't nobody fucking with Tommy. Okay, so he was just like, don't worry about it, Claudia. We going to do this. Okay, you deserve this. All right. So Claudia got the promotion that she wants within her own business. So Tommy leaves there, and, you know, his nephew that he doesn't know is his nephew is following him, remember? He scopes him out before the boy even sees him, you know, and he was just like, you know, I can see you. And he was like, dang, how you saw me? And he was just like, you know, why are you still around? Like, what do you want? And the kid was like, yeah, he wants to work for Tommy. And Tommy was like, yeah, I don't really need anybody right now. And he was just like, I'm good with numbers. Just throw one out at me. So, Tommy starts to test him. Okay, what's 253 times 5,419? Okay, he gives him the answer. Okay, what is this divided by this? He gives him the answer. He was just like, that is fucking amazing. He was just like, yeah, it's just, I see numbers in my head. He's like, when I was younger, they used to think that something was wrong with me, but really it's just that I had all this mathematics going on. So Tommy was just like, boy, I mean, if you got a mind like that, I might have a job for you. I was like, look at that. The whole family, we all together. Yes, all together. And together we will travel and we'll have a lot of fun. They don't even know. They don't even know that they all fix to be working together. And Liliana's kind of excited to meet the brother. She just loves his voice and, the fact that he's black. Remember she said she don't sleep with white boys. She ain't said nothing about black boys. Okay. So, anyway, Tommy was like, okay, so he brought the brother here. We need an extra set of hands. You know what? You're going to work in the lab. Okay. The lab is going to be safest for you. All of the products that's there, when it's not mixed together, is all legal. So this should be a perfect place for you. And that's what you're going to do. That's how you're going to make a little extra money. And Liliana's going to show you the ropes. So the brother's like, okay, Tommy, I won't let you down. Again, the family business. Now, jumping back over to Jenard. So Jenard meets with the Shy and the young kid, the one that got into the fight with the nephew, outside of the club. They tell him that it seems that these drugs is coming from the Hasidic Jews. Okay. And Jenard was like, the Hasidic Jews is where it's coming. Yeah, that's what they say. That's the word on the street, is from the Hasidic Jews. Jenard was like, that don't make no damn sense. It can't be them. And the Shy was like, I'm telling you it's them. They have it and we need it. Jenard was like, okay, cool. All right. He said that he was given 20,000. There's two of them. He's going to split it up 10K. Okay. And then Jenard goes and finds the Hasidic Jew in the alleyway somewhere and goes and shoots him in the stomach and takes his. I was like, is that the same man? That wasn't even the guy. But maybe it was the other one, because I'm only thinking of the one skinny one. I didn't pay much attention to the other one. But I was just like, you just go and shoot this man and take Jenard. You couldn't have somebody else do that. You in the middle of the child, just a mess, just stupid. And then after that, they go and meet. But I guess that was who it was supposed to be, because then after that, Jenard, the Shy, and the other kid, they go back and meet with the Gary, Indiana people. Okay. And Jenard was like, I got some shit that's going to blow y'all mind. Okay. And he hands him this black magic is what they call it. And the guy was like, this is Gary, Indiana. Like, we ain't doing no designer drugs and shit. We stick with the tried and true. Okay. We ain't fuck with all that other stuff that y'all be doing. And Jenard was like, I'm telling you, this is going to change your life. This is going to be something totally different. Okay. Go on and test that shit out. So long story short, they test it out. Of course they love it. Okay. And now they want in. So Jenard, even though he don't have the hookup on it yet, okay, he making deals with it, the folks down in Gary, Indiana. So how much is it going to cost the Gary, Indiana people? And Jenard was like, don't worry about it. Ain't going to cost you no money. Ain't going to cost you 1 cent. Okay. All it's going to cost you is bullets and bodies. Okay. When I make the call, I'm going to need your people to come up there to Chicago and, and lay some people out for me. Okay. Can you do that? And old boy with the, the cock eye or whatever, he's just like, yeah, we can do that. I'm still not clear on how, just because Jenard got that little bit from the Jewish guy there, like, how's this going to work? I'm confused. You guys enlighten me like you always do. And then lastly, you guys, this is when all the shit starts to happen. We see Victor and Gloria, they're going to leave, remember? They're happy in the car. Things are going good. They hugging in the intersection. They get sidelined by a car, okay? Comes and hits them, kind of knocks Victor loopy. His head is bleeding and shit. Gloria's like, Victor, wake up, Victor. He wakes up and then it's the Serbs. He sees the Serbs jump out the car and he tells it, get down, And then he starts shooting and they shooting back and forth and everything. He actually gets hit a couple of times, but it didn't look like they were anything real serious. And then the Serbs get in the car and they leave. Okay. And he was just like, okay, Gloria, you know, you can get up. Okay. And she ain't moving. I was like, oh Lord. And he's like, Gloria, get up, get up. You know, he pulls her back and she got a bullet hole right here. Okay. That looked like that, you know, if I was doing my, you know, my bullet analysis, it probably came through here. Yeah. You know. 9 out of 10, baby girl is dead. And he was just like, Gloria, no, Gloria, don't leave me. Gloria. I was just like, oh, that girl didn't even make it out the first season, y'all. And then we see the nephew, Tommy's nephew. You know, he's got a metal box. He's hiding somewhere. Tommy is now scoping out the nephew. Okay, so the nephew hides it under some stairs, under some leaves and everything, and he walks off. And then Tommy goes where the nephew was, and he goes into the box and he opens it up and he pulls out a picture, and it's a picture of his brother and this kid. And now he realizes that's probably his nephew. Okay. And then lastly, he's back at his place and he's still contemplating whether or not he's going to call Kate. I was like, don't do it, Tommy. Don't do it. Okay. So he has his phone out and looks like he's dialing a number. Then we see Kate, wherever Kate is, whatever Kate is doing, her phone rings. She answers her phone like, hello. They don't say anything. She's like, who the fuck is this? Okay. And then we hear Tommy's brother say, it's your son. And then she's just like, and I was just like, oh, this shit done turned into a soap opera. Okay. I don't care what anybody say. Tariq's part of this all these different books has been the best. I still think it's better than Raising Kanan. It's definitely better than Tommy's. Tariq's is the one, that's where it's at, y'all, for me. But anyway, what y'all thought about this episode? All right, you guys, let me get on off of here and get on back to work. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.